Says I'm live. Anybody viewing that wants to tell me I'm live, I ain't live. I am live. I am live. Okay, great. It always scares me when it does that. Does anybody know what time it is? Anybody? It's time for my live show. Thank you. All right. Well, you know what? There's just you two here. Now 9. Great. Excellent. 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 Thank you, Radar. Carol, Peter, Beach, Peaches. Glad everybody could make it. Well, let's see. It is Tuesday, and that is time for my live show. And the very first person that comes on and says, I'm late, I'm sorry I didn't get a notification, I'm just going to turn right back around and dedicate this show to him. That's how I feel. Yeah, well, I clicked the live button at 6. You know what? Wolf is laying down, and he normally is at this time, but he'll be right up in a minute and scratching my couch, and I'll be questioning why. That's how it operates. 5 o'clock there, your Central Time, Smart Money says. So, what is new out there? Alaska's here. Greatest moderator ever. I give her my due thanks every single week. And she knows the process. And Mama Bear, my other moderator, of which I do the same. Thank you, Mama Bear. And I think that they understand the what's going on. If anybody needs escorted to the door, please, but even without questioning me, take them in that direction. I set an alarm. All right. Thanks, Marlene. You know what? Anybody that sets their alarm to watch me talk, man, you might want to be checked a little bit. So, anywho, why aren't we all on Central Time? I don't understand the question. I mean, there's time zones, 24 to be exact, that go around the earth, but I don't know why. We used to be, in Indiana, before we switched back to daylight savings time, when the time zone would change, we'd go from Eastern to Central, and then when it changed again, we'd go from Central back to Eastern, but now they changed. That way we always stay on Eastern time. I don't know why it was like that in my part of the state, but it was. So anyway, there's not really any new news, but there really won't be any new news for a very long time, as I have already suggested in prior videos. Now, I did have somebody that sent me a message. They could be here live with me, for all I know. So, but what they said was, you can't place TB in Delphi. So I told them, I kind of already have. Maybe you need to watch my prior videos. They got back a hold of me just within 24 hours, and they said, you're wrong. So I wrote them back, and I said, no, you're wrong. Now, here's the thing. I cannot say with certainty, I can, but I cannot say with certainty that he was in Delphi. But what I have suggested in my videos is the route that he would have had to take to his brother's house or his family's house that lives in Michigan, where he was grown, where he was raised, and all like such. And that right there, there's the two routes, and the one is the Hoosier Heartland, of which I feel that he always took the Hoosier Heartland route, which goes right by Monon High Bridge Trail. So after knowing that, then I suggested the fact that he had always taken the Hoosier Heartland route. He had always stopped at Monon High Bridge Trail. He knew the trails. He knew where to go. Aside of that, it's also about the same population as what Evansdale, Iowa is. And I think at a small hiking trail with lower security, I think that he felt more comfortable in doing these crimes. And that's why I say he was there. Now, if somebody is wanting pictures of him being there or something like that, the best I can do is lead you to the bridge guy photos. That's him. Or the video, also him. So aside of that, a little bit of news, there really isn't much to say unless a person has a good question. And, I think last week I did get a good question. I had already dedicated the show to somebody else at that point. But if anybody's got a question concerning the Delphi case, that is my main priority, and that is why I'm here. Also, if somebody wants to throw up my email, if you have it handy, you can reach me at any time via this email address. Okay? Anytime, day or night, because I check it thoroughly through the day, and anytime I see a question, I go right into an answer. I get very long-winded. I hope you don't mind, me getting long-winded on that, because a lot of times you can't just sum it up in a couple words. You've got to give your reasoning, your evidence, the circumstances, and what led you to that. And I always try to answer very long-windedly if the person, if I get from the question that the person may need a longer answer, as to see why I'm saying that. Just to say, well, I mean, actually trying to come up with an odd question off the top of your head, it's a little, hard to do, but I think you see my point. You know what? Thank you very much right there for that, Barbara. Has he been connected to any more crimes? I feel yes. I mean, I seriously, honestly do. And I'm not just saying that. Okay. I think that probably before I reached Evansdale, I think that the FBI had probably already contacted Evansdale and pretty much told them what I had told them, plus more. So I think that via that route, also Carroll County was contacted by St. Louis versus the same. They said, of course, as I repeat every time, we got a guy that was dressed like Bridge Guy when committing the Catholic supply store homicide and sexual assault. He looks like your sketch. And thirdly, he had never been arrested in his past, meaning nor does he have DNA or fingerprints in the CODIS system to be matched to. So that right there is what hit me, right there. It went bing, like a light bulb. I need to check into this guy, see what's going on, see if he may be that guy. When I looked up his mugshot, I was like, ooh, intriguing, very intriguing. And that led me on down the route. There's bankruptcy, the route, I mean, I get, but I don't have them listed in front of me. But I mean, the circumstances and the facts that go along with that are quite numerous, to a point that I have said, even in prior videos, if you didn't get to hear that, and I hope everybody did, I would lay my left arm on the line that he is the suspect, the only suspect in both cases. And I gladly would. I would gladly lay my left arm against $100,000 because left arms don't come cheaply, but I would. In fact, I would make it a legal contract. My left arm, of which I would have a friend just take an axe to it if I was wrong. I'd say, dude, I got to mail this, and I know it's going to hurt like hell, but man, just go ahead, because apparently this time I was wrong. That's how it'd have to be. And there it would be. I would send you my left arm. It ain't worth the crap because the left shoulder, I want you to know that. I mean, if you're going to use it for anything vile or whatnot, the left shoulder, I can't really, with my left arm a great deal. Very true, Peaches. However, I do want to say upon that is just my word. I mean, understand. I mean, there is no physical or verbal evidence of me speaking to them, but I did. Now, they were very forthright about the fact that they was kind of upset that I had reached them and why. And I says, well, you was on the news talking and they gave your name. So thusly, I felt, since you was willing to speak on this, that you wouldn't mind answering a couple questions for me. And they did, and it took a little bit, but they did. And they did answer to that. And that was their word. When I showed them the video, they said That is exactly what the FBI had asked me when they spoke to me, if I thought that that was Thomas Bruce. Now, I want to point out that this was right after his arrest for the Catholic supply store sexual assault and homicide. So why would the FBI, and I ain't talking about like local law enforcement, I'm talking about the FBI. Why would the FBI be asking any of his neighbors if they felt that that was him? Well, they was trying to see if anybody could match in a way that he walked or anything like that, that I already have. I already have right there in the traffic pullover, because when the traffic pullover occurred, and I got the video for that, but he had his hands in his pockets when he backed away. And when he stepped back forward, identically, it was like 2 or 3 steps right there forward, hands in pockets, head down, TV. It's Bridge Guy. Same frame, eyes, everything. 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 Oh, okay. I thought you was talking to me there for a minute, Mama Bear, and I thought, oh, did I call you a hero? And you probably are, but you know. Oh, a Santa Madonna. Oh man. Oh, you know, I don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm gonna say it's a Santa, but thank you very much for the donation. You know, and that is what I throw out. It's not like at anybody. This isn't a paid for channel. But if you have the money where you can donate to the channel, it is highly appreciated and respected from me. And if you do it on PayPal, where I see the your email, I will send you a personal thank you with my deepest appreciation. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, right on, Mama Bear. You see, I did not know that of you. I did not know that. And very well done, Mama Bear. You know, a long, long time ago, and I don't want to get off topic, but I did work at a nursing home for a while, and I did love that because I love old people. Old people got a lot of wisdom, and of course, some of them that are in nursing homes, that wisdom is lost due to dementia and the like. But you know, there's a lot of people in there without family that just really don't want to be in those places, and there's other people that can't care for themselves, is why they're there. And it is a special job when you take care of people with special needs, the elderly. I mean, in a way, it's almost like a moral overdraft to get paid, because it's like I'm doing something that needs done. I mean, I think Mama Bear kind of understands what I'm saying there. Okay, now back to the topic. Thank you, Barbara Gordon. Thank you very much. Just seeing that pop up as I look back over here at chat. I deeply appreciate that. So back on topic. If anybody has a question concerning my suspect or another, you know, I mean, because everybody's not on the same base with this at the same time. And that's why I can get really long-winded in my replies, because a lot of times it kind of shows by the question that they just got into this. They're just looking into it and they want to learn. So if they have a question, I want to point them as to why and how I feel that way, so that they can go look it up as well. So if anybody has a question, here I sit, probably for an hour or maybe 2, depending, totally depending. I am, and I don't come off that way in video, and I do tell people that. I say, hey man, if you go look at my channel, I mean, you know, don't take that as the way I normally am, because if it's a troll or something like that that's trying to get under my skin, it used to be very easy. I've kind of calmed down a little bit, you know, did my meditation and the like, and a little more clear and open. Okay. Well, I guess I will just continue onward from where I was. Let me think of their name. Well, I'm not good with names of people who've emailed me. I'm really not, and I can apologize for that, but it's very simple. I'm not looking at their face, and you know, I get a lot of emails. So when I've had people send me some very long emails, and you know, I read through them and I sent them a reply back, and we got into some pretty deep conversation, remembering their name and who it was. It never happens. If I seen their face, I wouldn't forget their name. But you know, on here, it is. It's you know, it's hard to keep track of the people that reach me. I'm not saying like I'm popular, but there's a lot of people with a lot of questions. If I could if I could interview him, and that would be a very hard thing to do. It would, because I look at it like this, and this is the way that we should all look at it. And now I'm given to the fact that I believe that he committed both sets of crimes. There are 4 precious souls that will never go home again. They're lost. And this is my reason of looking into it. And it's probably the same with most everybody that's looking into this case. We're not looking into this because the guy was a drunk driver. You know, this guy is a legitimate monster. And I don't know what I would ask him. You know, there isn't anything that I could ask him that law enforcement hasn't, but I wouldn't be asking anything out of curiosity. I can put it to you like that. I think if anything, the main reason that I told him to keep me on visitation when he got to Carroll County was for this reason. Everybody outside is going to be screaming for his death, and there won't be one ear within that jail that can't hear that. I want to see the look on that monster's face while that's occurring. Because there is no justice. There is no justice that can be done. It wouldn't matter what a person did. It would not give justice to the families of those 4 girls. You know, they can't go home. They was taken, you know, a la Delphi and Evansdale, which is almost an equal population. You know, this is a small town, Delphi. And I mean, I'm kind of quoting Sheriff Lesenby when I say that. He says, we don't know exactly, I forget how he phrased that. We don't know exactly how to deal with this because this is not something that we've ever dealt with before. And that is a fact. When I seen that on Fox News, that the girls were found and it was foul play, like everybody else when they first heard that, you thought it was a matter of days until this guy was arrested. I know I did. I thought, well, the FBI's there, man. I mean, they got like, you know, satellite dish back to Quantico. We got the state and local surrounding counties. This guy's hit. You know, I was sitting here for like the first few days, me and Anthony Greeno, you know, we're sitting here waiting for like the arrest. We figured it would be a matter of no time. Look at us now. It's over 2.5 years later. Now, I'm relaying the information that I have, you know, the circumstances that I found, you know, the facts, the criteria of the case, the way it connects. It's like taking 2 + 2 and trying to make 4 and saying, well, it does equal 4 because of these reasons. That's what I'm doing. So that's where I'm at on this. What would I ask him? You know what? I don't have a question to ask him. I sent him everything, you know, in my letters to him, everything that I knew, all the circumstances, the way it fit, everything. I mean, actually, if I was to take all 6 or 7 of those letters and all the pages involved, it probably, the pages inside would have been about that thick. He got them. I mean, they don't mess with your mail. If you send something to somebody that's in jail, they get it. I'm sure he read through it. But here's the thing. He knows better than I do. He knows far more than I do. Just like law enforcement. Law enforcement knew before I do, you know? So I'm not thinking that I really have questions. I mean, for me to go in and ask why, I don't need to know why a monster does things. I'm not writing a book. You know, I don't need any detailed information. There's parts of this case that I don't want to hear. You know, I have no business hearing it. It doesn't satisfy any curiosity that I have, because that's the part that keeps me in it. 4 girls. 16 likes and 48 people here. Man, you guys are slovenly. Hit that like button, man. Man, don't you look down there on the right hand, on the bottom right hand side where it says like and share? Man, I would never show up at your channel and not like. I wouldn't, man. Even if I go to somebody's channel of whom I don't like their videos, if I'm sitting there watching their video, I'm going to give them a like. I'm going to like it. Why? Because I showed up to view it. I don't watch television. I don't. Haven't in well over 15 years. I mean, unless I'm at a friend's house and they're watching it and they go, oh, we check this show out or something like that. I mean, I go with that. I don't say, nah, I don't watch that crap. Bam. You know, if anything, Mama Bear, the questions that I can answer are the ones that I would want him to answer too. But again, he wouldn't talk about that. He would never tell me the vehicle. You see, he knows that the DMV already told them, and he already knows that law enforcement's got it. I know he's got a public defender, and that public defender says, yeah, if anybody asks anything, don't talk about this case, because that would hurt his defense. Does he need a defense? No, he needs a crowbar. But the vehicle, I guess there are things such as why it started after he lost his job. He lost the job at, was that Schnucks Grocer, where he was the manager of, I believe. And after he lost that job, for unknown reasons, I don't know why that job was lost, whether he resigned, quit, fired, or the like. But 1 month after that, Evansdale happens. On Friday the 13th of all days. Now, I find that peculiar. You know, in fact, to go out and do something after losing a job like that, suspicion would tell me that he was fired. You know, because if he had just quit, why would he go on to commit something like that? Something that brutal and horrific. And, you know, there would be no reason for it. Now, if he lost that job due to like being fired, and then he went out on Friday 13th to purposely perpetrate bad luck upon others, why? You know, why would you find it in your heart to commit a crime like that? Because a job was lost. But again, it's asking a monster, why are you a monster? Well, he can't relate that in terms that I or you would understand. We couldn't. We would only see the loss. We would never see anything that he could have gained from that, you know, mentally or otherwise. I mean, that's in the mind of a monster. And like I said, it would just be the questions that I have, but to ask him about it would be giving him like a satisfaction. And I don't think that he's deserving of any satisfaction at all. Faith Hodges, huh? You know what? This should be hang on a second. Let me see if that's no, it's at 100%. I don't know why the questions are showing up small. Usually they're bigger than that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but radar, that could be for a different reason. Okay, because early 2020, now they set his jury trial on the Catholic supply store sexual assault and homicide for October of 2020. Now, I think that early 2020 would be probably the 77-year-old sexual assault. That's the only other one that I know that he had anybody come forward on as far as a crime. Now, that may be that because they can settle that a lot quicker than they can first-degree murder, 2 counts of sodomy, and 13 other felony counts. That gets very long. I mean, there's a lot goes into the defense, the prosecution. Somebody had told me about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, because it's just like OJ. Now, OJ was in there for first-degree murder, but I mean, there may have been other circumstances involved with that. But look how long that took. So when somebody's in there for that with a public defender, yeah, it's going to be lengthy. Now, I wish that it wasn't that way. I mean, because I want that guy in front of Carroll County court, and I know Evansdale, Iowa wants him in front of court there, because these are now older crimes. And, you know, we want at least to feel that there's justice being served. You know, that you need to bring that guy forth, man. You need to put him on trial. We need to know, you know, that this guy is getting justice for that. Oh, Faith, thank you. Big salute out to you. $10. You know, okay. You know, I'm just going to break in real quick. My microphone, which is a Blue Yeti. Well, actually, my old one is now gone. I got this little small monitor. The computer that I use for this, my Sony Handycam, I got that. The GoPro, all of this, including the software, the editing software, all of that comes from donations. Because, man, if I go back like 3 years ago, I was making like at $250 to $300 a month, and that was just on old videos. You know, and at that time I was burnt out and I really wasn't even doing much video wise. YouTube changed, man. They went from here where they was giving money. Like when this right here goes up, it won't be monetized. I'll have to go in to monetize it. Then the yellow will come up to say demonetized till it hits 1,000. And then, you know, it hit 1,000 and they'll go, no, we don't think you're going to get anything off that. Now, we heard you clearly say fuck, and we don't like that. We will not tolerate language like that, Mr. Cat. I mean, you know, unless you're talking about the president, then yeah, maybe, yeah, then we will. We're liberal butt wipes, but yeah. So yeah, I don't even toy with YouTube anymore. They're a bunch of crooks. There, I said it. They already knew it. That's why they deleted my old channel, because I was sitting there talking about YouTube. They're a bunch of crap. They're filth. They're crooked liberal. How did I phrase that? FLTs, if you know what that stands for. If not, the middle word rhymes with Huck. I don't know if you're talking about Thomas Bruce there, Barbara. Okay, you know what? If there was 2 charges on the 77-year-old, one was probably B&E, or well, it'd actually be first degree, and the second would be sexual assault. If there was 2 charges on that, I mean, I'm guessing, because look, I'm not a lawyer yet, but. No, Barbara, I don't think so. In fact, all that I've heard, the only person that ever came forward after his arrest for the Catholic supply was the 77-year-old. But that's the only one where he was pointed to by someone where it wasn't a high-profile crime. But that's the only other crime that I know that he did commit and would be charged with. Now, I would suspect that that would come up sooner than the other. And if that's an early 2020, outstanding. Because, I mean, how do I want to put it? I think that most people that complied with him lived. And that's horrible to say. But I think that there's kind of a thing there that, yeah, he was there and he was willing to kill. But I think it was on how that person set his mind into play. You know, if they just went along with what he was doing and complied, But again, this is what I feel. I don't know that to be fact. Because he had said that, or she had said that, like he had knocked at the door, and then upon seeing her, this and that, was talking about, it was some veterans thing, and I forget what it is off the top of my head. But then he barged in the door and committed those actions. Now, again, this is from her, that her telephone had rang, and she said, "That's my husband calling to tell me he's off work." And he had told her, "If he comes in, I will kill him right in front of you." Now, that's a monster. There's no way around that. Yep. What stepson? Hey, there's C. Dorton. I was just talking about you a moment ago when I dedicated the show. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is what I want to know. What stepson? Uh-oh. Oh, people, ladies and gents, we have right here at our disposal one Anthony Greentoes. There he is.
What's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. I just logged into this. You're here.
Bam! That's how I do you all the time. I'll go, "Oh, holy crap, man! He's doing a live show. Watch me pop in, Wolf. Watch." So, what do you got going on today?
Nothing. I went to a haunted cemetery.
Was it scary?
Not to me, no.
Okay, well, that's good then. Morales, I don't know about any stepson. I don't know if he has one or not. I don't know at all. I know that he has a son. I mean, I can verify that. He actually has went on some papers as Thomas J. Bruce Sr., which pretty much indicates to me that there would be a junior. But as far as a stepson, I don't know. And I don't know how that would at all fit into this case if he had one. Yeah, Greeno ain't scared of no ghost. What scares you, Greeno?
Snakes.
Oh man, what a baby. What a baby, man. Snakes don't bother me. I'll tell you what does bother me is not having good hair. I hope everybody likes my hair because, man, but I didn't work long on it. Actually, all I do is wash it, condition it, blow dry it, and go, damn, that looks good. Man. Wish I had a face to go with it. Actually, you know what? Speaking of, man, I got a Cy Robertson shirt on. And you know what? I'll probably be looking like him with some long ass hair. Because he already got the glasses. Oh, man. Yep. Everything gets blurry when I take them off now.
You just need a camo hat.
Yeah. Well, I ain't changing my hat. This has become a trademark now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't all cemeteries haunted? No. No, of course they ain't, man. You know what? I slept in a cemetery. I can say that. I have slept in it more than once. I have slept in a cemetery. Why? Because it was public land and I was staying in my car.
Yeah.
You pull on a cemetery and go, well, I'm here for a while. I'm hopping in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I have, but I've never seen a ghost. Not once. I don't even believe in ghosts.
I don't either.
Yo, man, you know what? Man, there's got to be a way to show this.
What?
Okay, what was the first video you and I did where we was in it together? Go. Think.
Hold on.
We was on a corner.
Oh, the president?
Yep. And I went and looked that up the other day, man. You know what? I'm going
to find it?
Huh?
Did you find it?
Yeah, but I can't download it. I think because it was like from 2010. Here, let me pull it up real quick.
Okay. Let me go grab another pillow real quick to sit on. Be right back.
Okay. And you watch, they're going to hit me with a copyright infringement for this, man. I know how they do. I think it's .c. 1 second, man. Oh, look at that. And there we are live right on the main cover. Obama, motorcade, Kokomo, Indiana. Yeah, you know what? I can pull it up right from there. Oh, man, crap. Icons just posted, too. I may be having icons on my channel. I just want you guys to know that. There it is, right there. Are you there, Greeno?
Where?
No, okay, you're there. Could you see my screen?
No, you gotta put your hold on. Let me fix this.
Okay.
Okay, now I can see your screen, but I'm just seeing the stream.
Yeah. Okay, cool enough. Tell me if you see this.
Yeah, I can see it. Make it big.
I am.
Yeah, I see it.
There you go. There he is. There he was. There he was. Just fucking wave, Jack. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Now that's short hair there.
Yeah, take a picture of it like this. Well, I mean, I've got it on video right now. Yeah. Here, hold up my son.
Cam protesting, man.
Awesome.
Yep.
Wow, dude. That's old.
The groovy olden days too, man. Like olden days. There you go. Thank you. I was fixing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was our first video, and that was in
2010.
Yeah, now I'm thinking the month. It was in November of 2010 because it was on the same anniversary as what the JFK assassination was.
Wasn't it like the 22nd or 23rd?
And him and Biden were together, and I thought, yeah, we don't want to miss this. You know what? I mean, he's in the beast, but you know, man, maybe. No, not that I'm, condoning hurting the president. But the thing is, if it was going to happen, I wanted to be that Zapruder guy. You see where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got video of that shit, buddy.
Here it is.
There? He's the one. When he pulled the wall rocket out, I was thinking, well, man, he might fire.
Yeah, and we was late. So we was late showing up to that. And what it was like, okay, our friend Kelly showed up. It was like, hey, man, the vice president going to be in town, right? Going to Kokomo Chrysler plant. So show up, or come on, let's go. I got these signs and stuff. Let's go. So we get there and we go to his house, and we're like a few blocks away. So we're getting up there and we're getting to like downtown Kokomo, and we hear all this screaming and cheering, and we see all these limos and stuff. We're like, oh crap, man, we're missing it. So we start running towards the president.
Oh, wait, throw in the part about the cop right there, because that's the next piece.
Yeah. Yeah. So we still go running up there, and we get there, man. And like all these people are like shoved up on the street, like trying to see. And this cop is like, everybody get back, everybody get back past that line. He's like pointing at kids and everything, like nobody cross that line right now. And so like, everybody's like, whoa, shit, dude, like, all right, dude, we're not crossing the line.
And what if we do?
What if we,
You have a badge to kill us for it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, we thought, yeah, that was probably not a good idea to go running towards the president. It was fun though. I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, I'm in the video. I don't know if that gives me anything toward copyright or Greeno, but it is off of another channel. So, I mean, hell, the one time me and Greeno was sitting right here, right where I sit now, at one time trying to do a live show on YouTube. Didn't even know it was live, and we're just sitting there having fun, partying, listening to the Monster Mash, and and everybody's like, "Hey, dude, do you know you're live?"
We're like 4 hours.
They know they're live, man. And we were sitting there for a long time, man. We didn't even know we was on live. We're just sitting here, and it's good, man. I'm glad that we did figure it out, but I mean, for obvious reasons,
The SWAT team buzzed in.
For what? What did we do? We was just listening to Monster Mash. Damn,
Monster Mash.
fucking calm down.
Yeah, it was.
I got copyrights with the Crypt Kicker 5. Please, man.
Yeah, that was funny. He whipped his ass.
We're so off base now, man. This happens every single week. But you know what? I mean, I thought that people would enjoy seeing that because that was coming up right now, man. Next month, that will be 9 years ago. 9 years ago, and that was the first video we was in. I wanted to download just that snippet right there after he went by and us holding the signs, but it was a valid protest. And Obama at me, and we were like, "Hey, motherfucker, waved."
He looked at us, looking at him.
Show Wolfie some love, dude. There ain't nobody that shows Wolf love like me. In fact, he growls at me because I try to give him love. Man, he's a crotchety old bear these days. He's just not cool, man. But he is in great health, man. I want you all to know that. I mean, he suffered through congestive heart, and I thought he was going to die, and I didn't know I could cry. I never thought that I could cry like that, but I'll be damned if I wasn't sitting outside crying like a baby about it.
Like, why? I remember that letter.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's how long ago that goes. But I mean, I started giving him Lasix, and bam, I give him a half every day. You know what? I really can't answer that exactly. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot because about everything that I seen coming out of him or that he was doing, for the most part, it was a wreck upon the public society. And the other day I seen a video where a guy was speaking on that, and he said, "Man, look at all the people that's been president. Look at all the people that what they said they was going to do. Now, if you look at the ghettos, they just kept getting larger every single time. Wasn't nothing done for those people." And I agree. I definitely agree because anybody that is president of the United States, they are president of the corporate United States, not of the nation that was founded by our founding fathers. That's long gone. That hasn't been around at least minimally since 1913. But if I had to put a bigger date on it, it would have been the 1933 Roosevelt HJR 192, the reorganization. That's where we got hammered. And after that, it all just became a mad dog mess and putting us as the collateral against the debt and reaping our every dime. That's why pensions are gone, paychecks going down, inflation's going up. That's why. I mean, we're all bonded debt slaves. If you didn't know that and you think we're free, you really need to look into stuff. You need to fact check. Yeah, you know what? Thank you, Radar, because that is true. And that is what I tell everybody with PayPal, without the fees. Now, we did have to pay a fee when we was running it as a business, but person to person, there really is no fee. And like when a person puts it on Super Chat, that goes into PayPal money and 25% is immediately deducted out. I mean, that's the big difference. And that's why I say that on PayPal it is, and it just goes like straight to cash in a way without anything.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Faith. You know what? Guess what? I ain't even going to wait for somebody to show up late. This show is dedicated to Faith Hodge. Thank you, Faith. You rock. Oh, wait. I'm still reading that. Oh wow, that is so cool, man. I think you missed Chris. That's awesome as it gets. It is. You know, I mean, I just have such a deep appreciation for dogs, man. I mean, really, I mean, in the whole world. I mean, like I've always had a dog when I could. I mean, mind you, when I was drinking and I was out on the road for all those years, I didn't have one. But you know, growing up, well, you know, whenever I had a house, I always had a dog because I love dogs. I really do consider them to be the best friend that man has ever had, ever. And I love them for it. Even though my dog's old and crotchety, I love the hell out of him. He knows that.
Yeah, dogs are awesome.
Okay, let's get back on to the case here between you and I, Mr. Greeno. Let's just kind of discuss stuff, because if we start discussing, people will chime right in with questions. Okay. I will allow you to begin as you are the guest here. Please start.
Okay.
While I vape. Oh, and I would like to tell people that this right here that I am vaping today is cinnamon roll, and it tastes very much like a cinnamon roll. I love the shit out of it. That's right. I said shit. Up yours, YouTube. You can bite my ass, YouTube.
Control.
It ain't like they're going to monetize this video. I'll let you know that. They will not. If it comes out of my mouth, they're like, no, computer said no. Would you like us to manually look at it? Sure, you're looking at a billion others that are paying people money to view. Whatever. If you think I believe it, up yours. You're still going to demonetize it. Control. There ain't no money being made on YouTube.
Yeah, they're just hitting delete.
Yeah, seriously, man. We don't like the way you talk about us. Bye. Now I can hit him for a copyright infringement. Now I can hit him with some stuff where I couldn't before. I got the know-hows.
Well, okay. So you know what? The other day, man, I was looking through stuff when I was doing like a stream or whatever, and I was looking through, or I was making a video, and I was looking back on that day that me, you, and Redneck went out there, and found, well, when I went out there recently, I saw that that sign again. Remember that sign that was laying there the first time? Then we went back 1 year later, and it was there, and it was all covered up, and we had to uncover it.
Yeah, with the leaves and everything. Yeah, with all of it. Yeah.
So again, it's still there. You know, it's still there, but now it's not covered up anymore. It's just laying there, still in the same spot. And that took me back to a time. I'm like, okay, wow, man, this thing's been laying here for like almost 3 years. You know, and like it took me back to that first day when we went there, and I was looking at it. And I watched some of those old clips where we was standing on the bridge, you know, and kind of looking around, and we was trying to figure our way around and what all was what. And when we got to the end, we're like, okay, well, yeah, this is the hill, you know. And then we went down there and got on that driveway, and we was looking at that, and we're like, okay, there's another hill.
Yeah, the going down. Now, you know, let me kind of explain that. On the south side of the bridge where it connects to the land, okay, and it goes over the land, of course, because the tracks keep going. But right at that end, you got to go down a hill this way that leads down to that private drive. And then you got the private drive. Then you got to go down a bigger hill because that's 70 feet above the ground, above the creek. So you got to go down a hill this way till you hit here, and then down another hill. But that second hill had a walking path you could go down. Now, it's kind of unclear as to which hill he was talking about, because I'll put it to you like this. When he walked up to him there on the bridge, he wouldn't have said down the hill right there. That wouldn't have been his first words, because they was quite a distance from any hill. You see where I'm at, Greeno?
Yep.
So he would have had to got them to a hill, or had them go down the first one and then maybe continue down the second one. So right. I am at least unclear as to whether it was the first hill or if he was on the gravel driveway when he said down the hill there. You know, I don't really know. I can't really say. We could guesstimate, but I don't know.
Right.
Now, they want to know why law enforcement is convinced that bridge guy lives local to Delphi. Now, I've covered that ad nauseum to a degree, but
well,
I think that it was old information that they was given to people to make it look like the case was all open, but they knew who did it and couldn't announce it at that time because they couldn't talk to him. That's my take. Greeno?
Well, Kim Riley had said in a recent interview with another YouTuber that they felt that based on the surroundings of the area, by looking at the area, by where they were found, he said that where they had crossed the creek, the individual would have had to known that was probably the most shallow part, that the person would have been familiar with the area. And and they think that just based on what they seen there, that getting across the bridge quickly and things like that it would point to someone who had been there many times prior. And that would say that was probably a local person, is what Riley said.
Well, and I would agree with him. I mean, I would agree with him if the name TB had never crossed my path. But again, now I must assert the fact that he had been there and stopped there many times over the years and knew that trail extensively.
Right.
I mean, but again, that's my take. Can I absolutely prove that in court? No, that's law enforcement and the prosecution's job. But what I'm telling you is the circumstances that I've come across and put together, and I do place him in Delphi on February 13, 2017.
2017.
That was an odd year. And in fact, I think he was living here today. Yes, man. Once we got into this case and we was looking everything over, it became a day-to-day job, keeping up with what law enforcement was saying and what was going on. And we was really at that for a long time on my old channel. Actually, I mean, I'm not saying that was a great time, but it was a lot of looking through information that we did, night and day. It was damn near, except for when we was asleep, it was all we did.
Yeah. It consumes you. And that's the thing, is like, it became a thing because there was so much unknown at the time. Like, okay, we're finding out information. We're finding out, we're going out there. We're meeting the flannel shirt guy. We're finding out Cheyenne stuff. We're meeting up with family members, law enforcement. They're giving us information. Then it becomes that part where we're piecing it together. Like, okay, well, this person said this. This person said this. This is where they were at the time. And it was like piecing all that timeline together.
Yeah.
A long time is what kept it fun and interesting. And then you'd come up with like Daniel Nations. You know what I mean? A person of interest. And then it was like, okay, let's research this dude, and then it's like, we're talking to the dude, and
his wife as well.
And his wife. Yeah. And law enforcement. And then there's gag orders. And then they filed that subpoena to lock everything down. And then it was just so much to look into. It was like a daily thing that you couldn't get enough of it, and that's what made it so fun and time consuming, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was, and I mean, we can say it was fun because we was enjoying the time that we were spending looking to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you see my point. But interesting it was, because it was the more pieces that we found, the more pieces we could put together. In fact, I remember off the go where we was actually sitting right here discussing, well, could he have parked at the south side of the bridge? Right. Could he have went up that private drive and then pulled down into that car path? Because there was a lot of options as to like if the person drove, mm-hmm. And it came to a point that, well, if they knew that, they would have been speaking about a vehicle at some point. They would have told the public that there was a vehicle, but they never did. And I don't know why that took like right at 2 years before they even mentioned the vehicle. No make, model. We think it got here at this time and left around this time. It was very vague. And I think that again is information that they may have had, that they had previously, but they didn't want to hand anything out. Now, they may have not handed that out because of the fact that they thought that down the way they may have to give like, well, I'm not saying that they knew they would have to hand out older information, but I think that it might not have been clear as to what vehicle or what type it was. That somebody said, well, I seen the vehicle there. What was it? Yeah, it may have been there may have been multiple people that gave differing answers, where they weren't quite clear.
Right.
But I do know that in any crime, they will always go and give the public a vehicle. Like he left in a 4-door brown Ford, blah, 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 because then
who owns that vehicle. Yeah.
it gives a vehicle that people can relate to that person in the video image of it, like a bank robber. They always give a vehicle. Do I think that they will give any more video or audio on the anniversary? I don't think that there will be any further video. I think that right there was the only piece that they really could. It could be the only piece of the suspect that was on the video, as I feel that she probably stuck it in her pocket or waistband. As far as audio, I think that they've been clear that most any of the other audio was probably more graphic and not anything for the public to hear. Besides that, if you hear that and you know that voice, you know that voice. Greeno?
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think it took them, 2.5 years almost to release the video clip that we was pushing for right after the crime. Like, man, you can't really see who he is in the pixelated photo. Maybe if we see a little bit how he walks. Lesenby's like, yeah, you know what? We talked about that in our small circle about maybe doing that if this picture don't work. And then the 1-year press conference, it was asked, you going to release more video? Nope. We want to see if that picture works. In the very first press conference, February 22nd, 2017, Captain Dave Burson says, we have more video. It's germane to our investigation. We're not releasing it. So there's stuff on there that they don't want him to know that they know. And he probably has an idea of what they know, but he doesn't.
He probably knows all of it.
Yeah. And
I'm
so
sure it didn't escape his mind, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he knows, and he just wonders what they know. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't think they're going to release anything more further on this case.
Polly, it's not 2 people. It is 1 person. There is not 2 people. They didn't give a sketch of 2 differing people. It was all supposed to be the same person. That's the assumption I got from it. And I say that the second sketch was generic. That's when they came out with the BS about him being like in and from around Delphi, blah, 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 1840, blah. Yeah, bull crap. And I knew that when I heard it, and I wondered why they were lying, just like everybody else. I spaced that, put that together. No, they ended their investigation. That's all that amounted to. They knew who did it. They knew he was in jail. They knew they had talked to him, and they had him by the BALLs. That's exactly the way I look at it. And correct me if I'm wrong here. Is there a person of interest hanging out I don't know about? I haven't seen 1 person of interest to date, man. The only 2 that I've seen, 2 people that I could actually say qualified as a person of interest was Daniel Nations and the person that I now call the suspect, Thomas Jerome Bruce. Period. And then again, that is my underlying fact. That is who committed both sets of crimes. Greeno.
About persons of interest?
No, just in general. When I say Greeno, it means just start talking so I can vape.
Okay. Well, I mean, no, I don't think that there's 2 people involved at all either. That just, for at the beginning they said it's possibility because they didn't really know. And I think as they investigated further, they basically determined, okay, there's 1 person involved in this crime. You got to think about it. They've got a video and audio, probably more audio than what you can see video. But it's all video,
exactly. Yeah, I did want to throw in on that I think that video was short, but she put it on video probably maybe to capture the guy's image, real quick. But I think it was also there for the audio because she felt that he was coming to say or do something for reasons yet unknown. But I have my thoughts on it. Carry on.
Right. Well, I mean, so I really do believe that this was just a 1 person, 1 deal thing.
Hold it. Wait a minute. Mama Bear, please space the shoe part. That is not real. That is not real. Nobody, law enforcement never came out and said that there was a shoe there, and any place that they heard it from was not viable. I'm just letting you know that. Go ahead, Grinner.
Yeah. And more to that, they took the shoe of Liberty to show the family members for an identification on the bodies to say, is this her shoe? Yes, it is, because they couldn't take them in there and show them the bodies because that's something only the killer would know what happened. So if they go in there and there's this, I'm just throwing this out there, don't take it for granted. If there was a gunshot wound to the head of somebody, they would see that. Okay. And law enforcement doesn't want to put that out there that this had happened. They identified the person based on the shoe. That's how they were able to say this is the people that we're looking for. Even though they really knew, but they had to do it the right way and identify the bodies.
Yeah, just like you had said, off to go because they didn't know. I mean, when they came out and said possibly more than one person, they didn't know at that time because the FBI had not come back with the CSI on it, showing that one person. Since then, Doug Carter, I believe it was Doug Carter, said, no, it is one person that we are looking for. Just one. Because they got the CSI back and they knew that one person was the committer of this. And I have heard some doozies, man. I heard I forget how many people and corralled them to the south side. And I'm all like, man, these people need to get a grip or just go back to Facebook, but leave me alone. Because, and I'm not talking about the person that, Polly, I'm not talking to you about that, but I've heard some real nutty stuff with a lot of people. And it's crazy.
Well, it gets pretty out there. I mean, there was the topics of maybe he went across the bridge, got him, and then brought him back, and then took him down the hill on the north side over to the area where they were found. It's like, that's just way too much time. There's no way that anybody would risk trying to take two people back across the rickety bridge, because if they got to the middle of that bridge and they just both laid down and says, we're not going no further, what's he going to do? Commit the crime right there? He had no idea if anybody, he was trying to hurry them off the bridge and down the hill and over there across the creek to get them away from eyesight, not bring them back towards where people would come from,
I did want to answer on this because I believe that is true right here.
Yeah.
And I say that for this reason, because I think that initially a shoe may have been used. Was this her shoe? But I mean, they would have them go in to ID the body. Now, just the same as they had the viewing for the girls.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But right down here below this, let me find it. This one right here from Leslie. No, I don't. I don't, because that is part of the investigation. And I know that people think that the family knows like all of the investigation. They don't. Law enforcement does not tell them, because if the family member was to say something to somebody and somebody was to be, and that's exactly how it works, they don't relay that information to the family as to what happened.
Correct.
Not yet, but they will after the guy stands in trial on it. That's when they'll be known. And when they released that second piece of audio where it said, guys, they said this morning was the first time that the family had heard this. Now, that's how secure and close to the vest they're keeping this case. Rightfully. And I know they think that that's wrong, but it isn't, because they got to keep it that way.
Well, they have to keep it that way for multiple reasons. One, it's something only the killer would know. And two, they always have to look at it as the possibility that maybe someone close was involved. What I mean? Like, and that's just where their investigative strategy comes in, where they say, we're not telling anybody because it could be one of these people, Precisely. So they have to keep that real close in order to not, like he just said, not leak anything out there. Because then if they tell this person and he tells this person, they tell this person, then all of a sudden you got some dude coming in saying, you know what, I did this. And they're like, okay, how'd you do it? Well, I did this. And that's because they heard through the grapevine that this is what it looked like. And then that's a false confession. And then it creates too many problems when you go down that avenue and start telling people everything.
Exactly. And I mean, because people will say, well, I talked to the family. And I said, and no disrespect at all toward the family, but you can ask the family all you want. They don't know the investigation. There's only X amount that they know, period. And law enforcement doesn't go to them with any information. And again, they do that for a right reason. They want this guy on trial. They want it guilty, and they want him hung. Now, you don't do that by telling anybody, no one about what's going on in your investigation. They wouldn't even give me the timestamp of when the guy was on the south side because that's part of the investigation. And according to Indiana code, blah, 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 you know, and I'm all like, yep, kind of knew that was coming because they won't say crap to nobody, no one. Yeah, if you just came in, thanks for being here. And man, if you got notified, you're lucky as a dog because that shit don't go down. Nobody gets notified on my channel. You got to show up on time or you ain't watching. Just like me, man. I'll like hop on there and go, well, fuck, man. Greeno's live on WKAT. Better go check that shit out. Give him a thumb, you know.
A thumb. Hey,
a thumb up. I ain't no Cunningham.
Yeah.
C. Dorton. Now, here's the thing on that. Because you're asking me a question that I can't answer. Okay, I'm positive. I am absolutely 100% positive that she had already heard that and that she identified that as maybe that guy's voice or whatnot. But, you know, like I say, man, law enforcement doesn't come out and hand out any information, nor was that ever discussed in any article.
Correct.
Now, you know, on false confessions, because me and Greeno have heard some crazy, insane people that have reached us, man, regarding this. And I couldn't imagine being a cop in a big city where people come in to falsely, confess. You know, you would have to walk them through, like, go ahead, and then how they go, you know, and just lead them through until you can go, yeah, they're full of shit. Because, you know, you go like, hey, man, we got a guy that's in here confessing. Like, we got him. And then you're like, oh, wait, man, this guy's like a loon. Because we've had loons reach us, man. I can name 3 right off the top of my head that were clearly insane.
Yeah.
I can say that rightfully because they weren't joking. These people were like out there. Seriously.
One of them did it on a video.
Who?
Pearson?
Oh, yeah. You know what? That was your crazy.
Yeah.
When I call your crazy guy. Freaking Pearson, man. Yeah, man, Dan got DNA there. I can tell you that. It's what? Oh, yeah. No, we're heading your way, man. We're heading to your house right now. We're in your driveway, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm not there, dude. I'm with the FBI getting interrogated because you tipped me in last night.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, dude.
No, because after the fact, I'm like, dude, yeah, you got to call him because, I mean, why would you not call the FBI?
Yeah, when there's
call lesbian and be like, dude, now. Yeah,
he called back. That's the cool. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he was like, yeah. The next day, remember, he was like on it. He was like, yeah, you know what? FBI, state police, they're there, dude. They're there. Just letting you know you can go do whatever you want to meet with this guy or whatever. But they're making contact with him right now. They're there. So yeah, that was insane. That was a nutty one right there. That was but if any truth held to that, then you know what? It would have been a good tip. So
yeah, honestly, and we was thinking it was a good tip right off the go. I mean, I thought, well, the guy might be a little nuts, but I mean, having heard what he said, I'm like, yeah,
that's intense. Yeah,
get that call in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little upset about that because I guess it's just everybody's dream that the suspect will get a hold of you and say, yeah, dude, you know what? I've been watching your videos and, well, I feel positively guilty and I want you to take me in. And I'd be showing up with like a pistol going, stand where you are, motherfucker.
Yeah, don't move. Put your hands up. Yeah, don't you flinch.
Where I can see him.
Take him down in Carroll County.
So I heard all this from a cop before, so I know what I'm saying is true. I'll whoop your ass.
We know how this works, dude. Keep your hands up.
I ain't been in your shoes. Well, not for murder. I was throwing that out, but
but the arrest part.
But the arrest part, man. I mean, I've been belligerent, drunk, and I've raised some holy hell. Man, I had a cop one time, man. They stripped me naked, man. That dude beat me down and threw me in the padded cell.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting in there, man, like, knowing that in X amount of hours I'm going to be detoxing and going through living hell. Oh, that was a rough day or two, man. Holy shit. I was just in a cell, no food, no water, a hole, not even a toilet, nothing. That was insane. Yeah, if TB had, but you know what? Let me throw that up here real quick. Because I did write to him that in a letter, because I assume that he knows who me and Greeno are. Because it said right there in the FBI Evansdale profile of the suspect that he would probably be keeping up with the case via social media. Now, at that time, if you went to anywhere on social media and you put in Delphi murders, we were popping up. That was it. We was like, I forget how many on the front page of YouTube. It was damn near all of them.
Yeah.
And that was another reason they wanted my channel gone, because we took up the whole space on that. They don't like it. Yeah. If law enforcement ain't got that, it ain't worth their sorry ass time if you're in the media. That's on you there, dude.
Okay.
He's giving you the A+.
How to get to crime scene without crossing the creek was A+. Oh, radar. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so yeah. Well, we had done that back with Tony, over a year ago, and basically I just did it again and showed it because now I had a little more battery life. The thing is when we was out there with Tony, we had filmed so much that once we got over there to that area and on our way back, the camera died, the battery died. So now I take 2 batteries and a 64 gig card, and I don't run out of space or time. And that's kind of what helped it, was just the batteries, to be able to go back over there, show that area again, show it again, but it was in the summer, so like it's better now coming up here soon because the leaves have already changed and a lot of the leaves have fallen, that here in another month, there's going to be no more leaves out there. And that's going to be the time to really do that, because then you can really get a perspective on what can be seen. Like when we standing at the deer stand in my most recent video, looking back towards the bridge, you couldn't see it through the trees. You couldn't on the video, but I could. In the winter, you can see everything.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go out there in like the first part of February, I mean, after all the leaves are gone, you can see a distance through the woods. When it's summertime and all the leaves are on, it really cuts down. But again, when you're on that bridge, it doesn't look like you're that high up because everything's green except for over the creek, right there by you. It doesn't appear that way till you go over and look down. But when you're up there in the wintertime, man, all you got to do is look out and go, holy shit, man, I'm way the hell up.
Yeah, because you're at the tops of the trees. Lots of them,
12 cuts here. Glad you could make it, buddy. I hope you got a notification. I told everybody last week you'd be at 6 o'clock today. We did. Actually, I think the first time that we went out there, that was not long after the murders had occurred.
That's one flannel shirt guy.
Yeah, and law enforcement was there. They questioned us for a minute. What are you doing? But and all this and that. Anybody that showed up, they was asking that.
Yeah, that's when we first encountered them out there. I remember that. Those 2 cops.
Okay, I want to point this out to you, 12 cut. Gray doesn't know Dick. Law enforcement did not tell him that. They did not say, oh, we got video up to this point. That never came out to anyone. Nobody. And I will call Gray a stretcher of truths right to his face anytime he wants. If he'd like to debate me on this, we can do it. We'll set that up, and him and I can talk about this case live, because I don't give crap about his little test, and I don't even what he says. I'll just be like, bullshit, man. They never released that. You don't know that. What are you doing? You're making shit up to get views. Duh. That's what it all amounts to. And honestly, I mean, I'll tell you right now, it wouldn't matter if I had 100,000 subscribers. You know how much YouTube money I'd get? Very little. because they would just demonetize every single video, every single one. As soon as they upload, pow, we demonetized. Why? I say something wrong. I mean, you can't talk to them. I mean, you can't get a hold of YouTube. They said, would you like us to manually view it? Oh, you mean a person? Yeah, go ahead, manually view it. Oops, sorry, our computer said no. Because that is what it is, man.
Hillary, what are you talking about? Which video are you referring to, Michael?
If it's the bridge guy, I got it on screensaver, man. I'll go pull it up.
That video's up everywhere.
Yeah, I go to Indiana State Police. Bam, there it is. Go to Google, Indiana State Police, Delphi murders video. Boom, it'll pop right up at the top of your screen. Yep. Okay. You know what? I think that I had dedicated the show to somebody else now, but my original comment when I started this, Cheryl, was the first person that showed up late and said that they didn't get a notification. I was going to dedicate the show to him. I'm sorry, I already dedicated it, but I do appreciate you being here, Cheryl. 100% total. And I hope your dad's all right. Because I had to care for the mother that raised me. She had a stroke when I was 16, lost their whole right side. So I know what that's about. Nake Michael. Well, this is going to take a lot of donations, but I'll do it. I'll do it, man. I might be demonetized. Hell, they might delete my channel. It depends, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Leslie, right there. He said 3 family members saw the video and told him. I'm going to tell you right now, that is hearsay.
That is completely.
That is what you call hearsay. That is the definition of hearsay. Someone tells someone and someone tells someone else. That's hearsay. Why don't you just ask, you know what, and this is what people should do, is quit listening to other people. Go straight to the family member and ask him. Go ask Mike Patty. Go ask Becky. Go ask Anna. Did you see the video from here to here? And listen to what they say, and then ask law enforcement. Did you show the video to these people? Corroborate the statements.
I will back this, but because that is absolutely correct. Always fact check. Always fact check. But 2, I'm going to say this. They did not watch the whole of that video because they said that that was the first time that the family member had heard him say, guys, was that morning of the Delphi briefing. Now, if they had watched the whole of that video up to a point, but they didn't hear guys down the hill, I mean, you see my point. That is Gray saying stuff, saying things that he's getting views. People believe that. People want to go back. They want that new information that they think's new. Well, I'm here to just tell you, man, since this is already demonetized, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and you know what? So these videos that are coming out like this, these things that are saying like the dudes in Eagle Scout and stuff like that, this is all just crap. These are just rumors, junk. No one knows. Cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is what I tell everybody on this. I mean, about this, because there are things that Greeno's done. There's things that I've done, but I tell everybody that right from the very go, me and Greeno were together on this, and pretty much what I know, he knows. I mean, as far as the criteria of this case and so forth, we know that because we watched all the press conferences, the briefings, law enforcement interviews, everything that was said, we know virtually by heart. We got further evidence, you know, from the guy had never committed a crime. I mean, we went out and did our fact checking and our homework. And I tell everybody, you want to catch up on this case, look up the press conferences, look up day 1 to last week, look through all of it, listen to what they say and why. One thing that person always brings up on my live shows is, but why did they mention the shack? But why? We don't know why. You know, I think it might have dealt with the family members, you know, because they had went through what the guy in the movie had went through. I mean, it could be for numerous reasons. I don't think it was some subliminal message pointing at a guy that they knew who it was, or they never would have mentioned it. They would have had that guy arrested and said, we got him. I mean, if it was like that and the guy was living there in Delphi, they wouldn't come out and deliver something about a movie trying to interpret like a, you know, it's BS. Don't dwell on the shack. Believe me, they're not going to come out and say, well, we tried to tell you by saying about the shack. Apparently you guys were too dumb to get it. Yeah, no, they ain't going to do that.
How deep is the water in February?
It depends.
Well, the searchers looked to be up to their waist at the time that they was searching, because they was doing like they was holding like the arms and going through the water when they was searching for the girls. So about up to the waist. I mean, it's not real deep. It doesn't go over your head. You know, it's nowhere close to that. You know, you can touch the ground. What?
I'll say this, because Wildcat Creek that runs right here surrounding my property is about the same size as what Deer Creek is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Now,
Yeah.
right now, I could go down there because we've had, I don't know if you would call it a drought, but I could go down there right now and cross the Wildcat and probably I might get my knees up to my knees wet.
Yeah.
Now,
same with Deer Creek.
if it rained and we got a heavy rain and I went down there, man, I've seen it where it came up, overflowed the Wildcat, and came clear up here to the hill of which I live on. You know, and that was a massive 10-year flood, and that would have been 3 times over my head. So it's dependent upon the amount of water that we got. You know, there could be snow that was frozen, that was melting. There could have been, you know, many things that could change the level of the water. But like Greeno had pointed to, that the searchers looked like they were up to their waist. Well, depending upon where Libby had that phone on her. Somebody said that she didn't have any pockets on her top. I don't know that to be true, but if she had slid it in her waistband, you know, that could have been a reason for it to die, if it died. They said that they was getting feedback from it, but I don't know. I mean, you would think if they went out there to take pictures and this and that, it would have been at full charge when they got there. And her just putting that on video record, it wouldn't have died real quick. You see what I mean?
Right.
So it could have been the water. Maybe, but we don't know. And so for me to say, I mean, I'm just kind of using some guesswork on how that may have played, but I'm going to say that up to this point, our guesswork has been phenomenal because we've really put this case together in a pretty big way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Deer Creek does freeze in the winter. You can see it in the drone video that we have when we was out there together. You can actually see on the side the big chunks of ice. That's from when it had thawed out a little bit, and then you got the big chunks of ice laying on the side. Yeah, it freezes over because right now there's hardly any water in there. Like he was saying, there's hardly anything in there. You can walk through several spots and never even get wet because you can jump around to the sand.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think at that time when we had went out there and we was on the bridge because that first time out there, we didn't go down to the water, but I don't remember its exact depth, but like he was saying, with it coming up to the searcher's waist, I'm sure that they was a little taller than what Libby and Abby would have been.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, even at that shallow point where they crossed, it may had reached their waist. You know, it wasn't like super high, or he wouldn't have had them cross right there. I mean, you know.
Right.
but that's me. The guy's a madman.
Yeah.
So I cannot answer on his behalf. You know what? That's a good question, and we should actually throw that together. But there's a reason not to go out there on that day, because that is a very sad day. That is a day that would rather not be forgot, but it's just something that you don't want to allude to on the date, because that's more of a curiosity thing than it is trying to demonstrate anything real. And, we could go out there on or around that day and kind of show the woods and this and that so that everybody can see it. But we have in prior videos. We went out there at that time and got really good video of the area in and around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was on my older channel. It's evaporated. So
yeah,
take it for what it is.
Yeah, and we was there on the 1 year. We was there. We was at the bridge on the 1 year anniversary. We was at the area for the press conference. And now if they have a press conference in that location again,
they won't.
I'm sure I'd be there.
They won't. They ain't going to do that again. It will always be at the courthouse because they want us stopped. They will not have us asking questions again. Period. No, I can get in. I can. I got a UCC. I got an LLC number.
Oh, I'll get in, but I'll be arrested by the end of the day.
Oh, I won't be, but I will get video of him being arrested.
Yeah, there you go. There's a story.
And then I'll go visit him, and I'll say, "So, how do you like being back in the Carroll County? Is that a honey bun and a shot of Tang doing you well?"
With John.
They probably got better food now, I think.
I'm pretty sure they do. They
have to.
They got TVs and shit.
Holy shit, really? Oh, you know what? I heard you can vape in there.
You can.
Not anymore. They're doing away with that. Thanks, Big Tobacco, you pieces of shit. It's not for real, man. Fucking Big Tobacco, Big Pharma. Anything big aside of my penis sucks.
So if you guys hadn't, I've seen someone mentioned it earlier. If you hadn't seen that video with Tony and stuff, it's not on his channel. It's not on my channel. It's on WKAT.
Give him the title.
It's called WKAT Explores the Delphi Murders Crime Scene with Tony. So when you go over there, or a WKAT Explores the Delphi Murders Crime Scene, that's the title. So when you go to WKAT and you'll start seeing like lives and stuff where I had been live recently, but you'll go back and you start watching those, and you'll get to see some of the area. Like that was in the summertime, when we did that video with Tony. But it's a very good video. Like they was talking about things under the bridge, and you get a really good sense of the crime scene from 3 different angles, because we got his camera, we got my camera, and we got Tony's GoPro. Okay, so you're getting 3 different people's points of views during the video.
Excellent editing on that too, by the way.
Man, that was tough.
Yeah, I know it was. I watched him for a few days actually going through it, man. He's like, damn, man, because I got to line this up, and to where, and then there was the video of him filming me where I was filming him.
Yeah, that's hard, dude. Dude, that's hard. Some people don't realize that sometimes is like, okay, so when you're piecing these videos together, you got to remember there's 3 different videos and they're happening at the same time. So you've got, and some of them are turning on and off. So you've got to sync my video with his video where you can see my mouth moving, and it looks like the mouth is synced up. It's like, it's difficult. Randy Gravitt.
There he is. Mr. Randy Gravitt. Thanks for being here, Randy.
The Gravitron.
See, now there you go, man. You're getting all kinds of hellos, Randy. See, you can tell he's got a channel. He's all popularized on YouTube. We are the best, and I try to keep it that way.
North Central Indiana's best.
The best. Ever. WKAT.
Ever in the world, in the universe.
If it's not bigger than the universe, it damn well ought to be.
Remember, we may not be the best, but we're the best at being the second best.
Yeah. No, who was that, man? It was some outdoor camera. You know what I'm talking about?
Midwest Outdoor or something like that.
And they was the best in Central Indiana, but we was the second best.
And we're the best at being the second best. Yeah.
You damn right.
Thank you very much, Kid Carson.
Is that, yeah. Hang on. There it is. Bam. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You rock, Kid Carson. And I'm glad you're here. I really am. Glad everybody made it. I got 68 people here. Anybody want to tell me how many thumbs up I got?
Okay.
Just tell me. Just say it, man. I'm going to go and cuss for a minute. I swear I will. It'll always be a second, and then I'll be over with.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Okay. Greeno's going to tell me. Everybody just hang tight.
54.
Well, 54 ain't bad.
And 20 down.
Oh, well, yeah, that's Cunningham, though. I don't give a shit. That's called views, man.
Yeah, 20 views.
That's right. They add in. I don't care. I like it. You see, I always nudge Wolf, and I'm like, Wolf, do you see those thumbs down, little bear? Do you? Those are views.
Those are views.
Mike Cunningham. 42. Mike, I don't know whether you knew this or not, but that is the secret to everything. That is the meaning of life, is 42. Did you know that? 41? No, it ain't. It's 42. I watched Hitchhiker's Guide. I think I know what I'm talking about.
59 now.
Oh,
Wow.
59. My popularity is booming. And Greeno's too, because he's here. Yeah, there's trolls. And you know what? I don't care about trolls because I got them off my channel. And guess where they come? To my channel to give me a thumbs down. To say, we still don't like you. And I say, look, Wolf, 20 more views, Bear. Because I don't give a piss nizzle.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, so we made 1,000 on WKAT.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Well done. Because that would be on your behalf there.
We are there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for subscribing to WKAT on YouTube. Keep the subscribers coming. Make sure that you share it to other social media outlets. We do need that. And tomorrow, I will be able to go live back on my channel one more time. Thank goodness.
All right.
Super excited for that.
You know what? I kind of got some news. I have been speaking. Well, excuse me, not speaking. I've been emailing back and forth to Icons.
Yeah, I was wanting to know about that. That's why I called.
And Icons, you know, when he got back a hold of me, and he asked me some questions. I mean, I can't really relate into it. It doesn't deal with Delphi at all. But he was just making sure that my heart was true. And I answered accordingly, exactly as, because I knew what he was talking about. And I'm just directly in the same ballpark with him. And I told him, man, you know, I said, you know what? I said, that's all good and great, you know, because we got into some long emails. I said, but you ain't answered my question yet, of which I've asked 3 times. Will you do a live show with me? You know, so I can, have you in front of my viewers. I think that they would definitely enjoy what you got to say. And he's like, you know what? He goes, we need to talk, man. You know, he goes, we need to talk, but sure enough, I probably will. But he wanted to talk to me concerning like UCC1 and stuff like that, because him and I are right in the same ballpark. And I think he actually wants my help here in Indiana. And I told him, I said, dude, you ain't got to ask. So all you got to do is tell me what to do. I said, it's done.
Right.
So hopefully I will have Icons on my channel. He is my absolute hero. He gave me the biggest gift that any human could receive in a lifetime. And it was my dream of dreams. And he pretty much gave me those words, man, and gave it to me. Absolute freedom in America. Yeah, right there it is. Damn. Icons rocks, man. He is a man full of common sense. He absolutely is. Love the way he thinks positively. What? Well, I think they're talking to somebody else with the paranormal account.
Yeah. I'm not sure. With my glasses off, I can barely see the thing.
You know what? It's like mine. I'm like,
Yeah, I can't. I have to like look real hard to see anything, to see what's written on there. But with my glasses on, you can't see my eyes because it's like all you can see is the glare, and that drives me crazy.
as far as the second sketch, I call BS on it. I do. I think that it was a generic. They didn't see him without a hat on. Only two people seen him. The only two people that they could have got that information from had already made the composite sketch that looked just like my suspect. They didn't want that. They didn't want that. So they had to go ahead. They took the hat off because everybody knew that he was dressed like Bridge Guy. And if it don't look like Bridge Guy and it's a younger looking picture and they can say he's from or around or worked in Delphi area, 18 to 40, because apparently the two people that seen him don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. I don't know. But yeah, I think it was old information, and that's why they came out with the second one. They already know who did it. You can take my word on that, or you don't have to. It depends on how you feel. But in due time, you will be shown wrong, because when they come out with it, with who did it, everybody's going to hear Thomas Jerome Bruce. I will lay my left arm to it, both crimes. Thank you. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, but I'll still be happy when they come forward with the guy who did it, because it puts that guy in our court system for it. The person who did it is a monster, and there it is. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm not law enforcement. I can't convict a person. I can't throw him in front of a jury and hang him, but I can tell you what I know. And I can tell you right now that I know that he's guilty as hell on behalf of these murders, is what I'm saying. I already know he's guilty for down there, but.
What was C. Dorton's question? I missed it.
Oh, C. Dorton asked something? C.
Yeah, someone said, C. Dorton, good question, but I don't see it in there anywhere. Peaches, I don't see C. Dorton's question.
Man, I don't see it going way up. Tell me we didn't lose.
Did we lose C. Dorton?
No.
No, C. Dorton.
Hey, if a moron shows up, send him out. Man, Alaska Blue knows exactly how to handle this.
You know what? That is a good question. How many people do watch from Delphi?
Hey, yo, hold it. Bam. Are you ready? Let's give a salute. Salute to the UK. Thanks for being here, Hillary. We love the fact that people from the UK show up, man. It shows that this case has traveled the world.
Yeah, big time. I mean, we got all the way to Australia, everywhere. Like, dude, when I look at those demographics, it's all over the place. China, everywhere. It's like, oh, that's cool.
What?
Really? Yeah. China. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't think that they had YouTube in China.
Hey, there's people watching it. But you know what? Sometimes I wonder if it's someone that's traveling to China that's just there when they're watching. You know what I mean?
I heard the other day, man, because somebody was talking about posting something, and he says, like, well, you know what? Go live in China. They ain't even got internet. You certainly can't go on there in China. So, I mean, they are definitely anti-people in China. They have like zero human rights. I mean, that was whole Tiananmen Square. That's why the people turned on it, man. They're like, damn, dude, no. I'll stand right in front of this tank. Mow me down. It ain't no better than living here.
Yeah. Wow, look, you got someone from St. Louis.
Yeah. That might be the person that I've talked to, because there was a person that was from down there. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want, and you think that like being from there that they would like know more, but it's just like, living in Kokomo. Hey, you know that one guy? No. Yeah, on a bigger scale down in St. Louis, Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Southern Illinois is Alaska Blue.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, Cheryl. Yeah, I'll help you with a website. Yeah, Australia, man. We get a lot of people from the UK and Australia.
Yeah, I like that. I really do. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this back up. It's been over 2 years ago, but it was right in the area of about 2 years ago. I made a video where for a split second, I showed my computer desktop, the screen. Mm-hmm. And the icons were like really small, on it and everything. And it wasn't a couple hours after I had posted that up, man. Somebody like sent me a message on YouTube and they're like, hey, wait a minute, dude. How come you got an icon that says chicks with dicks? You want to
Oh, it
explain
was that fucking spoof video.
It was from Bering, man. And
Bering.
I got a hold of him. He goes like, yeah, hey, if that's what you do. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, man. Hang on, dude. No, that ain't what I do. You know, but I explained that because Bering put that up about Steve Shives, man, where he had him saying that mock email, I love me some chicks with dicks.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny as shit. And I was putting that in the video because I interviewed Bering for God, man. It was probably about an hour and a half, man. And the Snagit wasn't running. And when I ended it, man, I seen it didn't record, man. Oh, man, I could have just shot myself in the foot for that. I got back a hold of him, and he's like, yeah, you know what, man? Shit happens, man. We can do it again sometime. Never did reach him back on that. But anyway, man, Bering is a cool dude, man. You ever get the chance, you want some good humor, man, go look Bering up. It's spelled B-E-R-I-N-G. He's Australian, and that dude has got it.
He's got a good channel.
Yeah, he is spot on and just funny as it gets. Hey, you going live after this?
Me, no.
Well, Radar says Anthony go on next.
No, I won't be going on next. I'm preparing for my video tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be able to go live on my channel. Because otherwise I have to go live on other people's channels.
And WKAT, of which you got 1,000.
But I will say that the video I put together of the cave tour will be on the Haunted Reflections channel. Okay, of the cave tour that I did. I did a boat cave tour, dude, the other day.
You got a Haunted Reflections channel?
No, it's my girlfriend's.
Oh, I was gonna say that's pretty fucking tabloid.
A tabloid? Yeah, no, it's not mine. It's my girlfriend's channel. I do all the editing and filming. So no, so I split up a video I went to this haunted thing the other day, and I got we got the haunted Halloween part thing, and then I did a video on the Spring Mill, and then I'm airing the boat cave tour on the other channel.
You didn't go to Satan's Church, did you?
No, where's that?
It's just south of Roosevelt. That was the most haunted place in Indiana. I'm surprised you didn't hear that.
Nope, never been there.
Oh, dude, we went out there, man. It was a real old church, 2-story brick, been closed for years. I heard about it when I was 12 because my cousin had went there, and they lived like 50 miles north, and it went down there one night. There was like satanic masses they used to do out there. I mean, it was crazy, man. They got a video. If you look up Satan's Church, Roosevelt, Indiana, and you put that into YouTube, it will bring up, I think it's about a 40-minute long documentary about it where they're talking to the family that owns it. Me and Redneck and her sister went out there.
Yeah, you told me about that. And there was that lady.
Yeah. And man, I walked around there like 1 a.m, and I had a flashlight, and I'm back behind this church, and I seen legs walking toward me, and I'm all like, oh shit. You know, but then my thought was, okay, I caught somebody doing what we're doing. And she walked up, man. She looked like she was like a meth head, you know. And I mean, when you see her, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then I'm out here to see if the place was still standing. What are you doing here? I'm the fucking owner. Blah 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 blah. Well, what's your name? And I'm like, Michael Dallas. Why? So, yeah, they gave us the boot, but I thought, why was they out there at 1 o'clock in the morning with a car parked in the garage to catch people? That's what it was all about, man, because that's where everybody goes. I can take you right to where it was, but they tore the building down.
Wow.
Yeah, because everybody went by. Anybody that went down that road, the only thing that was on that little country road that connected two country roads was that church. If you turned on there, they knew you was coming.
Wow.
Let me see.
Well, there's nowhere in Indiana that nobody knows.
Yeah. Man, that is a good question because, I mean, they damn sure can't do it in Carroll County. He would have to be arraigned in Carroll County, but I don't think that they would try him in Carroll County. And I think if you went to any of the surrounding counties, Everybody's heard of it. I mean, it would be very hard to find somebody who hadn't. Well, yeah, St. Louis first, definitely. But I mean, he's already on, headed to trial there. But up here, man, there ain't a person in Carroll County. 20,000 people. Probably every damn one of them has been questioned by the FBI, as far as I know. With 46,000 called in, probably everybody and their brother's been turned in.
Mm-hmm. Where's Bruce being tried?
What do you mean?
That's what someone asked.
Well,
is it St. Louis?
Yeah, now, yes. St. Louis first, but I don't know where he will go next because Evansdale is older than Delphi.
Right.
Would they get him first? Because the FBI is in that one as well. So they may be first. And if that's the case, but here's the good news. Once he completes his trial, both sides can talk to him. So irregardless, both sides can still file charges. It might be a while till he gets to Indiana, but the charges will be out and they can't answer questions after talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I'm scrolling past it. Hold on a second. Where'd he go? Oh, it's up here. Man, I lost it. There it is. €5 from Katie Lacey for some vaping stuff. Okay, thank you. That's kind of an upgrade, but that's not exactly where the donation money goes. But if you want, then I will. I will buy me some more because I think that they're in the midst now of trying to end vaping on behalf of Big Tobacco. Big Tobacco don't like seeing their money evaporate when they're getting $5 a pack, and I can go buy this and enough vape for a few years for far less than a few cartons of cigarettes. Truth. So they don't like that. They don't like the fact that I can sit here and do this and it does nothing to me, where people should be puffing down cigarettes and getting cancer, where states make good money off of cancer. And that is what it's about. But I thank you very much for that, Katie, and I appreciate you viewing. You have to bleep the potty mouse. Or I ain't been cussing all like that. I'm sorry if I have. I should keep this more family friendly, but it's just my inner hate toward YouTube that keeps my mouth running. And I do apologize for anybody that's offended by that.
Say your hate towards YouTube.
You listen to me, you son of a bitch. I'll fucking rape your ass. Not literally. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't.
Make a.
I knew what you meant, Hillary. You know what? I'm fluent in typoes. Appreciate it. No, yeah, you're right, Cheryl. I think that he will be under protective custody. It's the same as Jeffrey Dahmer. They had him in protective custody, but he was in the kitchen where a guy had something and said, "Hey, I'm going to go kill that dude, man. Watch this shit because I'm doing life without parole anyway." Bam! Off him. Oh, thank you, 12 cut. Who? No, I'm not telling anybody to switch channels. Like I say, man, if anybody pops on here that shouldn't be, or if anybody says anything out of the way that they shouldn't say, they get escorted out. But I mean, most people, I mean, hey, if you're here to view, then, I mean, this is what we're doing. The bleep black dot, what is that, Greeno?
I don't know.
He said do the bleep black dot.
I don't know.
Captain? There's Captain.
Is that where it's like it's bleeped or whatever? You know? So, hey, Captain, what's going on, dude?
That is very true. That is very true. And that is kind of my stance toward YouTube. You know, I do have freedom of speech. You can't take that away. You are an American company, and you know my rights. You know my liberties. You know that I am a free and sovereign king, and I can say whatever I want. And if you take that from me, I can file an affidavit straight up your ass. Not you. I'm talking about you two. You know. But at the same time,
I lost audio for something.
oh, you couldn't hear?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hold on. Ah, crap. I'm clicking on other shit. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I for some reason, my audio went down for some reason, and I didn't know how it happened. So I was like hitting the buttons. I'm like, crap, man, what's going on here, dude? But what it was I think that I'd accidentally hit the volume thing or somehow like that.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. You said, "Can you hear me?" And I'm like, "Yes," but I could tell you couldn't hear me.
Yeah. Well, I thought I had muted the microphone thing, but then I clicked it, and it's like, your mic's fine.
My mic, you know, I have started before with it muted. Like, can everybody hear me?
Yeah. Well, dude,
they're all waiting for me to talk, man. I'm all like, "Oh crap!"
Well, one day I got on OBS or something and did like an hour-long video, dude. It was like a pre-recorded video to air later, and my microphone wasn't plugged in.
You know what?
You couldn't hear anything. It was just me going. You know, it's like no.
Icons did that. Icons did the identical. And he put up a video, man. I was watching it. Then he had to go back and like he I don't know if he like no, I think his mic was on mute. I think he had to totally redo that video, but he uploaded it without actually checking the thing, which I would do as well if I wasn't editing. I'd just click bam, and upload. It can happen, but when you're live, you figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like saying, I'm seeing your lips move, but ain't nothing coming out.
Right. Yep. So I got about 10 or 8 minutes, man, and I got to roll out.
Well, start talking.
Start talking. So, oh crap. You know what? What was that? You know what? I had something I was wanting to talk about last night. I think it was about the icons thing. But I can't remember exactly what it was about.
Well,
I'll have to remember it.
Icons, and because I comment on his videos every now and again, because I mean he likes good comments, like me, and I don't mind the bad comments as long as they're pointed in a correct position. I mean, if it's something that I do or say that somebody didn't like, but I try to not do that. But sometimes my language can get out of hand. But him and I was writing back and forth, and I wrote at the bottom Michael Cat. I signed it like Michael Stroop, and I put right beside it Michael Cat YouTube name. And after the second time of seeing that, because when I went on there and I've made some comments, he said the love sign on him, and he's like, "Absolutely, man, I love that. That's a great idea." And he asked me yesterday, he goes, "Are you the same Michael Cat?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "That's my YouTube name. That's what I'm telling you. That's me. One of the same."
Yeah, the same.
So hopefully, and he said that he would reach me tomorrow because he's moving. So hopefully I will be able to speak to him tomorrow in a private conversation on here, because I want to show him StreamYard. Because he's doing what I originally started with my channel. I'd get on, and I mean, this is going back years ago. I'd get on, I'd start Movie Maker, and I would sit there and talk, and I would end it, and then I would upload. And that's how he does it. Well, what he's doing is just sitting there talking off the top of his head, where at the same time he could get on here, have his name, have a PayPal link, set this up where he could just go live, show what he's doing, what he's talking about. Here's a picture, and do all that like right there, Johnny, on the spot. And I think he would love it, man. By the by, man, I love the way you set that up. Let me show the people that real quick here.
Yeah. Here.
Icons right up here, right up there in the upper. Oh wait. Well, why ain't that showing?
Hold on. Let me fix it. Let me do it.
Okay.
Let me go do it here. All right. So we've got it set up like that.
Icons. International Community of National Sovereigns. Retired Marine. I thought that he would like that, but I mean, it would just give him some ideas as to what to do.
Yeah.
How he could set that up in any way that he wanted. Kind of give him the lowdown on like cool text and just stuff like that. Hell, man, I'd help him out if I could in any way I could. I think that if everybody in the world was subscribed to him, it probably wouldn't be enough, man. Mm-hmm. That's how much I believe in what that man says.
Yeah, he should like this. Hopefully, I think he's going to be like, "Wow, that's really, really, really cool."
I do too. I do too. I think that he would really like that because, I mean, what is it, like 20 a month?
25
a month. And I mean, he's got a GoFundMe for donations. And it's like I wanted to tell him, man, YouTube's the way to go. Right. Because GoFundMe, you've got to hit up to a certain amount, then they take 1%. Just like YouTube, you make a certain amount, they take 25%. If people donate to PayPal, there it is. That's the money that you sent to the channel, all of it. You see what I mean? And I think that that's the direction he needs to go.
Yeah. It'll just boost his performance so much better and make it look so much more professional that he'll just really he'll notice the results real quick.
He's got 27,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so it's
27,000, and all he's doing is, I mean, I say all he's doing. I mean, and I don't mean it like that, but what he's doing is just sitting there hitting that, and he's talking, and so on, so on, and so on, and peace, love, and prosperity, and clicks the thing and uploads. Whereas, I can say like this, man, somebody can join you. You can set this up with all of your information, and it just looks really professional. And I'm sure that he would be delighted in using it. I really do. And when I told him about it, I said, I'm not a paid for endorser. I make nothing from them. I assure you, I never send him a dime. But my friend did.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, but my friend did. Yeah. You don't.
Hang on. No, because, and don't take me wrong, is because the super chat's there. Now, I like the super chat when I'm on YouTube, especially because it highlights that question where I can see it. So if somebody's got a question and they do add any money, I mean, like there it is. It pops straight out on my peripheral where I can get to it. But when you put money into the super chat, that goes into your YouTube money. So it builds up till it hits 100. They take 75% out or 25% out, and you get the remaining once it hits over 100. But on PayPal donation, it just goes directly into PayPal. It's spendable like cash without a dime out. That's why I say I like PayPal, but I don't have anything against Super Chat. I mean, if a person drops money in Super Chat, they get the same thank you every way. Go ahead now.
Right. Well, that's all I was going to say was, the Super Chat thing. You don't really get it all.
Oh, and good night, Hillary. It's 1 a.m. there.
Wow, 1 a.m. in the UK.
Yep.
It's already tomorrow.
Hey man, it's already Wednesday there, man. They can tell us about what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, is it a nice day out?
How's the weather? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll out, man. And leave you to the rest.
You know what? Go ahead and say your goodbyes because I'm probably going to finish out here at 8 o'clock right behind you.
Okay. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be live on my channel sometime tomorrow evening to sit around and talk.
Hold on. Let me pull up your channel info.
There it is. So Anthony Greeno. You can find it however you want. You can type in Greeno, True Crime Investigates, Anthony Greeno. You'll come up with it all. And I will be there tomorrow to go live and talk about whatever we want to talk about. So make sure that you head on over to True Crime Investigates and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to WKAT. Keep those subscribers coming over there. Share these videos to all your social media outlets. And on that note, everybody, I'm Anthony Greeno. Keep it Southern style, y'all.
There it is.
Later, bro. Peace, dude.
All right, everyone. Why does that keep popping back in? There it is. Okay, I would like to appreciate or give thanks to everybody who is viewing this live show tonight. And I'm sorry that I'm wearing glasses and do look a touch like Cy Robinson, but there it is. So, yeah, at least I can see clear with them on. I never wear them unless I'm reading or I'm at my computer. That's about it. But anyway, thanks for everyone for being here. And I will catch you next week, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Set your watch because notifications don't happen from my channel. YouTube doesn't like me and I don't like YouTube. And if you have money to donate, you can hit this spot down here. Where is it? I need to go grab it. This is my PayPal link. Wait. Oh, okay, I lost my PayPal link. There it is. Bam. If you have the money to donate, if you do and you can spare a couple dollars, I will send you a personal email with a big thumbs up and a thanks. I'll see you all next week. Peace. And broadcast.